And you need to unmute yourself, Jerry.
Will do.
There we go.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being to our last call this year. We're going to take it out with a bang, and we want to hear from as many people as can talk with us. We really like to hear everybody, and I'm welcoming you to our Monday morning miracle call. And some of you might not know why we call it a miracle call because of the results we get. And if you are new, I welcome the newbies so much because I would really appreciate if you would speak up because you don't know so many times when people speak and tell us what their results are, you are helping somebody out there that is just waiting to hear what you did. So please don't be shy, just raise your hand. And in telling you to raise your hand, look at the bottom of your computer screen and there's a reaction button. If you click on it, you'll see raise your hand. Then when you raise your hand, it'll put your hand up on the screen. And if you don't mind leaving it up while we talk, because it places you up on the screen so I can see you and then everybody else can see you. And then when we're done, you can take it down. So that would be really great if you could find it. And I know it's different on the iPads and the phones, but I know on my phone, if I click around enough, it'll show up. And so with that, when you do start talking, if you don't mind trying to limit your talk and your testimonial to about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. I know sometimes you have something really in depth and we want to hear about it, but we have so many people that want to let us know what's going on. Please limit it. And then later you can come back on and I'll call you later when there's less hands coming up. And with that, our first 15 minutes of this call, please keep it to testimonials regarding X39 and Cellergize. X39 is our go-to at patch. It is the patch that you want to have everybody get started on. If you're not having results, please don't think that nothing is happening. It took 2.5 years for my knees, and I am now like a pro on my knees. But it's consistency with these patches and water. Please hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. 50% of your body weight minimum, please. And you'll see the results starting to come. And then we like to stay compliant. What that means is you don't want to tell us that diagnoses that the doctor told you. We don't name diseases. What we want you to do is tell us how you're feeling. And I think a lot of you know all of that. But our newbies, if you just explain what's going on, what went on, what happened, we'll understand because we don't want to mention any diseases because we like to stay, like I say, compliant. We don't claim to treat, cure, or diagnose any conditions. But please let the patches work. They will do their job. Just give them the time. So with that, I see a lot of hands up. That's fantastic. And we will start with Karen. If you'll please unmute and start us off today.
Hi.
Hi.
I was told about the patches just 2 weeks before my right knee full replacement. I was able to order them and get them 1 week before, start wearing the X39, wore it into surgery, came out of surgery, put an Eon on either side of my knee in addition. It was outpatient surgery, went home. I was able to get up and be walking around the house without any discomfort whatsoever. No, I was on the pain pill, but I hadn't had that before. And 1 week after surgery, when I went to my physical therapist, he put me on the bicycle to have me just go back and forth, knowing that you're going to slip and go around. And that's when you yell and scream because it hurts like hell. And I slipped, it went around, and it didn't hurt like hell. I thought, oh, that's not so bad. So I kept going around and then going faster. And my physical therapist was standing clear across the room looking at me funny. I have more to say about this later if you want to call back.
Yeah, please raise your hand again. That was wonderful, wonderful results. I know my brother had, my brother and his daughter, they had second ones done and had the same results. So thank you for sharing that. Gail, please unmute. Let us hear from you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Gail, and I'm in Los Angeles, California. So 2.5 years ago, I was miserable, lots of inflammation, just a lot of problems. I was walking to the store one day and I thought, oh no, I need a walker. My legs weren't working the way I felt they should be. I was almost 65 years old and somebody told me they thought this might help me. I started it, and I mean, I would sleep all day. I just didn't have any energy, and I could not believe the difference in my body. 2.5 years later, I look younger. I'm 68 years old. I feel unbelievable. The change in me, people see it. They can't believe it. I went to my 50-year class reunion. People could not believe. A couple guys came up to me and says, "You should be at your 30-year reunion." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that was such a compliment." But I want to talk about the Celergizer really fast.
Sure.
I haven't had it in 3 weeks because I was hoping we would have a sale. And oh my gosh, I'll tell you, it's the difference. My sister-in-law had an extra bottle. I got it from her 2 days ago, and I feel so much better from taking it. I did not believe that it worked like it does. So if anybody's on it, don't stop it. I also have the water, so I do put it in the water, and it's amazing. So I'm really happy. I have a lot more, but I'm going to keep it short. So thank you for letting me speak.
Yeah, thank you for sharing about the Celergize with the X39. It makes such a difference. And I'm so happy for your recovery too. That's just amazing. And
Drinking it now.
You're drinking it now. That's the way we do it. So, okay, Karen, nobody else has a hand up. So come on back.
Okay. 2 weeks after surgery, I was walking around the house. I'd been cooking my own meals all that time. With my other knee surgery and 2 hip surgeries, I always had to have meals prepared. But this time I was just walking around the house. The only time I used the walker was to get out of the armchair, the relaxing chair, and just steady myself. And then I could just walk around the house without anything, no cane, no walker. So I said, you know what? I think I can go back to my Western line dancing class. Oh yeah. So I did. My husband came with me, and all the ladies in the class were yelling at me, "Karen, you can't be here. It's way too soon." And yes, I stayed, and I did about 15 to 20 minutes of line dancing. Now, I ran out of stamina by that time because the class is 90 minutes long. But they call me Wonder Woman.
Well, we can all be Wonder Women and Wonder Men on this call. So please, if you've listened to Karen, it's just the most amazing. Keep that X39 on your body. Nancy, please unmute. Whoops, I lost you, Nancy. Are you coming on?
Yes,
Well,
I'm coming on. I just messed up. Am I there now?
I see your blocks. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyway, I've had so many good things that's happened to me with the patch, but I've discovered something new. I'm still on my walker and waiting to get a new hip, but my knee was hurting real bad, so I never get rid of my old patch. Wherever I hurt, I take that patch, the old patch, and I put it right on that spot that hurts, and then I put my new patches on every day. And then like I put it on my knee, and then one is my shoulder because the way I lift myself up. Today I'm gonna put it on my foot, but I always put new patches on, but I put the old patches wherever it hurts, and the pain is gone in minutes.
Oh.
So it's just amazing.
Yeah, everyone, if you listen to Nancy, I do the same thing because, you know, the safe patches I do use on my animals too, and they are really amazing for the animals. But yeah, always have that new patch on, and I'm so happy, Nancy, for your results. Great job. Lavelle, yeah, you're welcome. Lavelle, come on in.
Morning, happy New Year. And
Good morning.
it's ironic. I have a optometrist in my group, and she wears glasses, and she's been on the patches now for a year. She's like, "What is wrong?" So she goes to one of her colleagues, and her colleague says, "Your eyesight has gotten better." So here's a doctor who helped so many people with their eyes, and now she's been wearing the X39 for a year, and she had to go to one of her colleagues, who's another optometrist, and they're like, "What happened? Your eyesight got better." That's just amazing.
That is. Yeah, Lavelle, we know just put it on. It's going to go where it thinks your body needs it the most. And right for her, it was the eyes at that time. So thank you. Thank you
So
so much.
while we're waiting for other people to get their
Yes.
hands up, I want to
Okay,
share another story about
sure.
X39. A friend of ours, he's in Vegas. We live in California. I told him about the products because my wife and I, we've been around the health and wellness industry about 16 years. So he had used some other products with us. So this time I said, "Hey, Kevin, you got to try this new product," because he had a sciatic hip problem, walking around with his cane. And in 30 days after using it, he calls me up. He said, "Lavelle, I don't think this stuff is working." I said, "Kevin, it's working. Just give it some time." Calls me back in 60 days and says, "Lavelle, I don't think this is working." I said, "Kevin, give it some time. You're 70 years old. Give it some time." Calls back in 90 days. He says, "Lavelle, I don't need my cane anymore. And guess what? All my pain is gone." So everybody, give it some time. Thanks so much for letting me share.
Thank you, Lavelle. Yeah, we do know, as I mentioned in the beginning, 2.5 years, and I have my knees back. But obviously, your body cries out where it needs the help the most. So it's going to go there first. So
And
please
two
just be
years later,
consistent.
he called me back and says, "Lavelle, that pain never came back."
Right. Hmm. Very good. Thank you, Lavelle. Josephina, please unmute.
I had a very interesting experience. So I had my annual physical for the wellness, and the lady put the paper in front of me so that I could tell her the letters. They were checking my eyesight, and I could see it perfect. But then when she told me to cover my left eye so that I could see with my right, I saw it perfect. Then she told me to cover my right eye so I can see it with my left eye, and I couldn't see the letters. And I took my glasses off and I could see them. And she's looking at me funny, and I'm looking at her like, what just happened? And she says, I've never seen that before. So I told
Wow.
her, well, I'm getting my eyes checked in a couple of days from the eye doctor. And the same thing happened over there. The girl that checked the eye, she says, what happened here? I says, I think my left eye is getting better. So the doctor, when he saw me, he says, what do I hear? And he started checking and says, yep, you're right. And she's right. You need new prescription because the left eye is too strong for you. You need to, what are you doing? So I told him, I told you a year ago that I was using these patches. So he said he would look into it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And like Josephina just said, it's the consistency, and it took a while, but now I bet you it's going to call out to that other eye pretty soon, Josephina.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, you're welcome. Mike, come on in.
Yeah, so I used to have a lot of pain in my wrist and my thumb, and I would go in every 4 months to get injections into the joint. And I got the last injection about a month before I started the patches. And it came time for that 4 month, and I'm thinking, my wrist is not really hurting me that much. I think I'm not going to go for the injection. Well, it's been since August of 24. Haven't been back for the injections yet. And
Wow.
now I can grip and twist to juice an orange or a lemon and remove a jar. So
Wow. That's a lot of strength you're using too when you're trying to open a jar in that. So way to
yep,
go. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
yep.
Robin, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. It sounds like this is a knee call today.
Yeah, it
So
does.
I figure I better add my knee story. um, my right knee that I had replaced 8 years ago never turned out right. It was a wrong fit, and I had it replaced. I've had 3 complete knee replacements. The last one's called a revision, which is a much more complicated process, but all the home health people that came to visit were blown away. My PT, OT nurse, they couldn't believe how fast I healed. And if anyone's ever had a knee replacement, getting the flexion, the bend is really hard. I didn't have to do any work, it just happened. And I actually traveled by myself on the 16th, and I'm traveling again by myself on Wednesday. So I get a little assistant at the airport, and I am gimping around, but the recovery has been amazing. And for those of you that are new to LifeWave, one of the most wonderful parts of the copper peptide is it accelerates healing. So no matter what you're doing, be consistent with that because it's amazing what happens. Back to you, Jerry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin. And okay, we're going to tell you again how many times be consistent. And Robin is our leader. We know everything, and her knees are what started all of us here. That's why
You're
we're
all here because of my
I
right knee, because I
know.
did not want to have another knee replacement, and started researching stem cell injections. And the doctor said I needed one if I wanted to keep my ability to walk. So
Mhm.
I've had 3, and please don't go there.
Yeah. Thank you, Robin. And the other thing that we haven't had is wound healing. It's really great for wound healing. And one of my brand partners here, she was telling us her husband had a biopsy done, which he has to have done pretty frequently. And normally it takes 5 to 7 days for that to heal up. In 18 hours, the complete area was healed and gone. They couldn't believe it. So wound healing is very, very good with X39. So Ruth, please unmute.
What are you doing?
I'm unmuting. So I'm here with my husband's cousin, Rob. Say hi, Rob.
Hello. Hi, kids.
Hey there.
We're visiting family in Indianapolis, and we've been giving Rob some patches to try, and he's got a burning bottom, and he gets some relief from it for having it on several times. So we're working on his shoulder now. So we're having some success with family. But my story is pretty amazing. 50 years ago, I had swelling in my neck, and there's a disease where your neck swells, the glands swell. And my swelling went to my brain, and I had severe, severe, severe headaches, and I lost memory of my first 23 years of life. I worked with my mother. She would say, "Do you remember this or that?" And I say either yes or no. And finally, I said, "If I can't remember, it's okay." And that helped me heal. So after a while, when I went back to the doctor, he said, "Now you'll have to live a dull life because only 10% of the people that had what I did lived. And a very small percent of that 10% had a normal life. So I expected to have an abnormal life, but I set out to prove him wrong. And I've had 2 children, 3 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, a new baby yesterday. We're so excited. And
congratulations.
Yes. And I've taught school for 30 years, published books, radio ministry, newspaper ministry. So I've not had a dull life. I wish I could remember the doctor's name and go and tell him all these things, but he's probably long gone. But the wonderful thing is, wearing the patches, I am now getting memories of the first 23 years of my life. Now, I think that's a miracle. So I just have to say how much we are grateful for the patches. Rick and I will not be off of these patches. They are just life-changing for us. We've had so many stories. So thank you, LifeWave, and just continue wearing the patches. Don't give up. I was at a time where we couldn't afford them for a little while, and I was a mess. And when I got back, got the patches in the mail, I put one on, and I was rejuvenated within an hour. So stay on the patches. Don't give up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you. I really appreciate your testimony on it. It's so wonderful to hear that. I think I heard you one time a long time ago, but what I want to mention here is what Ruth talked about her doctor way long ago. Well, Robin, I don't know where you went. I don't see anymore, but what Robin tells all of us is when a doctor tells you that, you can say to him, maybe in your world, but in our world, it's different. And Ruth, you're a glowing testimonial of in our world, it can happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying that, Jerry, because so often doctors plant seeds with people, and what's between our ears is the most powerful tool we have. We don't need to buy into their diagnosis of how long this is going to take or how long you're going to live, or it's just it feels totally irresponsible. So what we have, and like you said, Jerry, you know, I say with all due respect, doctor, in your world it's not possible, but in ours it is. And we prove it over and over and over again. Getting people off dialysis, that's unheard of in the conventional world. And we've had it happen many times. So amazing repairs happen with the magic of the copper peptide. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. And with that, I'd like to also say, you know, I know we on this call believe wholly in the patches, most of us. I know some of you are new and everything like that. And I know the biggest struggle we have is when we're talking to somebody who has that information between their ears from their doctor. And I don't know how we can get them over to our side, but you just have to get them to try it, because Dr. Tom, I don't know if he's on the call, but he on the Sunday night has even apologized for what he used to tell people years ago of how that's how the doctors were. You know, they would say, you know, you have to do it this way. Well, we know we can do it our way. So thank you so much for sharing. Kate, please come in.
Well, good morning, everybody. And aren't these stories just fabulous? I am
Yes.
loving hearing everything. I've been patching since May of 2022. And regarding the healing, I just had 2 punch biopsies like right here. And I went back 5 days later to take out 2 stitches. And this woman tried and tried and tried, and she was struggling so much and apologizing and a lot of ouchies. And she said, finally, she said, I am so sorry. You've healed so fast. I can't get to these stitches to get them out. And I'm like, there's a reason for that. And shared that with her. And then I shared it with the doctor when he came in to check. And he loves the fact that I have this technology. So it's nice to align with someone who believes in it, you know, that is from that world. But I'm healing up and I'm going to get out of the Band-Aids in another 3 weeks. So thanks for letting me have a moment here.
Oh, thank you so much, Kate. You've had so many, many great testimonials. Just keep coming back and tell us about them. Thank you. Joseph, let me skip over to somebody we haven't heard yet from. How about Maureen? Maureen, could you unmute, and then we'll go back to Josephina?
Yeah, hi. I'm Mo Huddleston from Houston. I'm here at the hospital with my sister. So let me go over here out of the way. Everybody's coming in. I'll go into the bathroom. So I started on the patches 3 years ago in August. I've been a nurse for over 50 years. I was very skeptical at first. I didn't, I had to do a lot of research, and my sponsor, Beamy Casey, just said, put them on, try them, she was after me for 3 years, actually, before I would listen. But when I listened and tried them and had results, I was all on for everybody. So I'm here. My sister had a stroke, and I'm here at the hospital with her. She's in rehab. We have a cap that we put some patches in. You all are familiar with that technique.
Mm-hmm.
And we are seeing, I am seeing strides that they're not understanding at all. But they are fortunately very pro whatever you want to do, as long as it's not any drugs or chemicals, we're fine with that. So I've explained it to a number of people, and so she is using a lot of things. But my personal testimony, as a nurse, I hurt my back catching a patient and transferring him into the shower years ago. And I had back pain for 40 years. And I started in August, and by December, the pain went away totally. It did come back for 5 days between Christmas and New Year's of that year. I can't even think of. I've been here for almost 3 weeks, so with no sleep, no food. Yeah. Anyway, so I retracing. That's the word I wanted.
Retracing.
So I had some retracing at that point, and then since then, I have no back pain. And even with all the lifting and helping here with her and in the bed and everything and through ICU, I've not had a reoccurrence of the back pain. I also had a gland in my throat here that needed some adjustment. I was on medication for that, for my thyroid, and now I do not need to take any kind of prescription medication for that.
Great.
I have one more if you
Go ahead, real
Okay.
quick.
Yeah, my father died of colon cancer, stage 4 colon cancer. So every year, or every 5 years, I would get a colonoscopy. I've had 5 colonoscopies now, and the first 4 also all had something to biopsy, something to remove, some issue. This time, my same colon surgeon for all those years said, "Perfect, your colon is perfect."
Wonderful.
So that's one of those things that you don't know. I didn't know. I couldn't feel it. I had no idea that's where it was working, but it's working whether you're feeling it or not. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, everybody, it's working whether you feel it or not. It's helping you out. So come on back in, Josephina. What else do you have for us today?
Well, I just want to give you an update on my knees. So 2 weeks before the convention in Anaheim, I
right.
had a terrible fall, and my kneecap, I thought I had shattered it. My tailbone, I thought I had shattered it because I bounced and I hurt those really bad. And my hip, and I have weak bones, so I thought, oh man, I'm doomed. So, but I was able to, but I wallpapered. First time I ever wallpapered with a bunch of patches, multiple patches. And I was able to go to the convention and go up and down the stairs with caution. And now I am riding my bike, stationary bike, and I'm pretty much doing everything I used to do before. And I'm still patching because I heard somebody say that if it doesn't heal well, you can have pain again. So I don't want to get that pain again. So I'm squatting again. And I love to squat and walk. That was something we did when we were kids. And I keep doing that once in a while to see if I'm getting too old to not be able to do that or not. And I was able to do it the other day again. It says, yay, this thing is healing.
Yeah, sounds like it's great. Thank you so much, Josephina.
Yeah, I just turned 68 years old.
Great. You just keep squatting, Josephina. You'll do it for all of us.
Thank you.
Okay, Helena, you want to unmute and come on in? Or maybe not. Lavelle, come on back in.
So, 6 years ago when we first got started, I was at a Martin Luther King breakfast. There was about 500 people there, and I had a table set up, and I was walking around patching people, Jerry, but I had a whole sleeve of X39 in my breast pocket of my blazer. I had like 30 patches, right? And I was walking around, and I kept saying, "What is this?" Because I didn't understand the technology yet. And I was walking around, I was like, "What is this?" And I started perspiring. And I was like, and I felt like euphoria. I felt like euphoric. I was like, and I finally realized I was activating 30 patches. So
Yes, you
guys, if
were.
you think it's not working,
I know.
Gregory calls that a loading dose. Put on a lot of patches and watch what happens. But I want to fast forward. We've been on patches now 6 years. Guys, X39, X49, SP6 has lowered my blood sugar, guys, from 2 to 300. Yesterday, and I've been doing this for over a year now, it's down to 112. But guess what? My wife, our doctor, has taken her blood pressure, blood sugar, and her cholesterol medicine, guys. And we wear that combination every day, X39, X49, and SP6. Keep patching, everybody. Thanks so much, Jerry.
Thank you, Lavelle. Now we have about a minute left, so we have 2 of you to get in. So Kate, can you be real quick?
Yes, I can. The word wallpapering. It finally happened to me. I had 7 patches on my face. I want to give you the idea that life ice wave on the reverse polarity, the pain was on my right. So the tan went over here, the white went over here, and the pain of a tooth that was severe went away really fast. Just try it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, let's go. We have two now. Let's do Solomon real quick.
Hello, everyone. It's Solomon. Yeah, this has been a miracle and also a blessing. I remember I shared my testimony of being able to sleep and wake up with clarity, with strength. The one I noticed during the week is I do have my prescribed glasses, but I discovered I was walking on the street and I could see 2 blocks, 3 blocks all the way down without glasses, and it was I mean, the site is being restored, and even yesterday while I was at church overlooking to the valley up in Bel Air, I see clearly, and that's just the power of I just combined the S39, S49, and SP6 as my mentor, Mr. Pastor Lovey, recommended. So this has been amazing work of miracle. That's all I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, Helena, do you want to come in and end us up for tonight? Our last
Yes,
one.
thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to say I've got on the patches because of my knees. I have osteoarthritis in both of them, and they really work some days and make me feel like I can just run. But in the midst of this, in the midst of it all, I want my knees to get well, but my A1C dropped from 6.2 to 5.7. And I am just amazed at how so many things are changing in my body because of LifeWave patches. That's all I want to share. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah. Well, thank you
Happy
so
New
much,
Year.
everybody, for sharing. I want to wish everybody a happy New Year. And I will turn this over to Gregory to tell us what's going on.
All righty. Well, thank you, Jerry, and thank you, everyone. It's kind of sad it's our last call, but there'll be another one next week. It'll just be in a new year. It'll be our first Monday morning miracle call of 2026. Excuse me. A couple of things. I'm going to clear my throat. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. A couple of things I want to share with you about today and tonight and our newsletter today.
And tomorrow.
Our Monday newsletter go out later on this afternoon. And in it, you're going to see two things. One thing, I'm going to pop up real quick and do a screen share just because it's so important. I want you to get advance notice. Maybe you've already seen it. Now I can't find where my screen share button is. Share. Robin and I actually belong to an international marketing organization. It's called Power Team International. It's not network marketing. There's people from all different industries and professions that come together a few times a year and kind of brainstorm with each other. And we met a gentleman that's become a very trusted friend, and his name is Sir Kaya. He's actually been knighted. And Sir Kaya is a world-renowned international trainer, training Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies. He was talking to Robin and I the other day, talking about doing what he's going to do for us here tonight. He goes, guys, it's not about the money. He says, I have one client that pays me $250,000 a year to train their people. Okay, he's that level of guy. Look at the names of the companies he works with. And he's doing a free 90-minute seminar tomorrow night. So we're not going to have a Power of the Patch call. We're going to have, a special year on breakthrough training with Sir Kaya Redford. And so you can check him out. You can go down at the bottom. You see topproducersglobal.com. That's his website. There's a cool little 2-minute bio video. He is just an amazing individual. And we're very honored that because of our relationship with him, he just offered to do this gratis, for LifeWave. He uses the patches, okay? And, he believes in what we're doing. So I just wanted to mention that. So that'll be tomorrow night, and we'll be talking about that on tonight's call, and we'll be promoting it to build up for tomorrow night. So the other thing I wanted to mention
Before you shift, honey.
Oh, go ahead, Robin. I'm sorry.
You know, this is especially timely as we end the year and are getting ready for the new year, because one of the things that happens when people train with Sir Kaya is a mindset shift. And he helps people break through, and he really thinks that some major breakthroughs can happen tomorrow night. And we just want to support each and every one of you having the best year ever. And you know, I think we all know what gets in the way is between our ears much of the time. And so this can really, really make a contribution to everyone. And he does have other programs he will share at the end, but this is free for everyone, and we're thrilled to offer this free for everyone. So please invite your teams. This could make a huge difference because he's had amazing results in 90 minutes.
And it'd be appropriate for family members too, because it's not focused on LifeWave. He'll be talking about LifeWave, mentioning, because he knows that's who he's talking to. But this is not a LifeWave training. This is a life training on the secrets, for breakthrough. And the other thing that is kind of a ritual with us that Robin started with me 25 years ago. She's been doing for, I don't know, Robin, 35 years, 40 years. How long have you been doing the questions?
Since the 80s.
Okay. But every year we send out questions to complete the current year. So, and we'll be sending that out with the newsletters. That'll be attachment in today's newsletter. Questions, and I'll just actually, since I have it on my screen, I'll go ahead and share that real quickly so you can see it. We'll be sending this out, completing and remembering 2025. And these are the questions that we invite you to go through, and then creating 2026 to make it your best year yet. And this is a ritual that Robin and I do with each other, and we do it with our children. In fact, Robin doesn't know this, but our oldest son, Jason, called while we're on this call, and I have a call with him when we hang up because he wants to go over 2025 completion and 2026 creation. So, Jason's 51. He's got a land and real estate business. And so we're really excited. So I just think this week here, there's going to be some business goes on. We have business responsibilities, but this is a great time to connect with your people and talk about, what went well, and next year what could go even better. Wrap it up, put a bow on it, put it behind us, and let's get focused on 2026. So we're going to be talking about that. I know we'll be talking about that on tomorrow night's training call. We'll be talking, those of you that are directors and above, our Wednesday morning training call, or not a training call, it's a Wednesday morning mastermind call, is going to be focused around that, because Wednesday is the last day of the year. Here we are, another new year. We turned the page. So very excited about this week and a great time. I know I'm going to be doing some reflections on, what things I need to complete to feel good about 2025, and what things I want to do to make 2026 spectacular. So that's kind of where we're going this week. And Robin, anything else you wanted to say before we wrap this up?
You did it, honey. And it's a wonderful thing, like Gregory mentioned, to do with your friends and loved ones. You don't have to go through every single question. What Gregory and I do is we do our own, and then we sit together and we go through everyone. But to be with your children, is one of the greatest gifts that Gregory requests of each one of the kids, to have a private time with each one of them to really know what's going on in their life and what they want. So we can be supportive. And it's just a wonderful way to connect and to really support each other, because in our business, our job is to help people get what they want, and not so much about us. So you might want to, reach out to some of your brand partners and say, I'd love to go through this with you, because I really want to best support what you want. So an idea.
And someone requested a newsletter. If you'd like to get the newsletter, you can self-register. Just go to liveyoungernewsletter.com and you can register to get the newsletter.
Hey, Robin and Gregory, there have been several questions in the chat. Will tomorrow night's training with Sir Kaya be recorded?
Yes, it will.
Okay, and it'll be on Live Younger YouTube.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks for catching that. Yeah, because we know everyone can't make it, but it's going to be worth, it'll be worth, listening to the replay if you can't get it live. Okay, with that being
And
said, I
there
guess.
will be a lot of exercises and interaction
Mhm.
live, which
Yeah,
will be
so
wonderful to be
it's
there
a full
live.
90-minute training session.
Yeah, but part of that time is interactive and reflective and exercises. So it's not just a talking head. And this guy is a master.
He really is. He
And
really
he
is.
has had quite a life. I've had a fortunate time to spend with him, and he's extraordinary. So we're thrilled to have him as part of our community and sharing his wisdom with all of you.
And the flyer is posted in the Live Younger Facebook group, and it will be going out with the newsletter. And I did send it out to everyone that's on the newsletter list. You should have got a copy yesterday. So thanks, everyone. We'll wrap this call up and
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank
talk to
you,
you soon.
Jerry. Happy
Everyone
New
have a
Year,
great
everybody.
Happy
New Year.
New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
And a mighty Michelle.
And support you all.
Jerry, freaking
Excited about tomorrow.
Bye.
New Year.
Synergy.
Happy New Year, love and peace.
Bye.
Blessings, everybody.
Happy. Bye.
New Year. Love you all.
New Year.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.